Millions watched a Dutch fan named Julia share the stage with Zara Larsson, turning a split-second moment into a global dance trend, and reigniting Zara's fame overnight. But this was not her first viral breakthrough, or the first time the industry pulled the strings behind her spotlight. Why does Zara's career keep peaking in sudden bursts, and what is really at stake for pop stars who are treated like puppets by the modern music machine? To find out, we have to start at her very beginning. A 10-year-old girl stands on a stage in Stockholm, clutching a microphone almost as tall as she is. The year is 2008. Zara Larsson's voice soars over the crowd as she belts out Celine Dion and Whitney Houston, earning a standing ovation from the judges of Talang, Sweden's Got Talent. That night, she does not just win the show, she takes home a prize of 500,000 kroner and becomes a household name across the country. Her final performance, a heartfelt version of My Heart Will Go On, is released as her first single and climbs to number 7 on the Swedish charts. Suddenly, Zara's childhood is shaped by national television appearances, interviews, and the constant buzz of media attention. Behind the applause, there is a new reality. Every note, every smile, every answer is watched and weighed. The expectations of a country land on her shoulders before she even reaches middle school. For Zara, the spotlight is no longer just a place to sing, it is where her real education begins. By 2012, Zara Larsson stood at a crossroads, familiar to many young talents. Her childhood stardom had opened doors, but the next step required more than a powerful voice. That year, she signed her first record deal with 10 Music Group, a label based in Stockholm known for developing Scandinavian pop acts. Industry executives watched her performances, looking not only for vocal strength, but for signs she could be shaped into a long-term commercial artist. The process was deliberate. Management coordinated her public image, wardrobe, and the tone of her early interviews. Her debut EP Introducing arrived in early 2013, led by the single Uncover. The track climbed to number 1 in Sweden and went 6 times platinum, cementing her status as a rising star. Behind the scenes, every element from songwriting to branding was carefully managed. The label's approach was clear: build a package that could translate beyond Sweden and prepare Zara for the global stage. The foundations of her pop identity were laid not by accident, but by a team with a blueprint for international success. In 2015, Zara Larsson vaulted onto the world stage with a single song. Lush Life arrived that summer, bursting with color and confidence, and quickly swept across continents. Within months, it reached the top 5 in the charts in 18 countries and went platinum in 16 countries. Those numbers transformed her from a Scandinavian rising star to a global pop contender almost overnight. The rollout was anything but accidental. Major label executives funneled resources into international radio campaigns, playlist placements, and a flurry of promotional appearances. Every detail, from the song's sun-soaked production to choreography fans could mimic on social platforms, was designed to travel far beyond Sweden. The music video featured bright visuals and carefree dance moves that became instantly recognizable, fueling a wave of covers and dance challenges online. For Zara, the effect was immediate and overwhelming. Sold-out shows followed, festival slots appeared, and a new audience stretched from London to Sydney. Lush Life did not just launch a hit, it set a new bar for what her career could achieve, and what the industry would expect from her next move. After the global eruption of Lush Life, Zara Larsson's momentum slowed in ways hidden from the public eye. Behind closed doors, she recorded dozens of tracks with some of pop's biggest names, David Guetta, Kygo, MNEK, and Tove Lo among them. Yet, many of those songs never reached listeners. Contractual veto clauses gave label executives final say over what would be released, and boardroom decisions often overruled artistic instincts. Internal memos from Epic Records and 10 Music Group revealed a fixation on playlist compatibility and radio metrics. Tracks like I Do and Oasis were sidelined, deemed too risky for mainstream pop playlists or not likely to spark global radio play. As A&R teams shuffled and priorities shifted, even songs that had once been considered for lead singles were quietly shelved. Meanwhile, Zara's streaming numbers plateaued and her presence on international radio faded. The business logic was clear. Labels only backed tracks with immediate commercial promise, but for an artist eager to evolve, the pause was more than a numbers game. It was a forced holding pattern, waiting for the industry to decide when and how to let her move forward. When Zara Larsson's team circled a comeback in 2023, every detail was recalibrated for impact. The new single Can't Tame Her arrived with a sharper, more mature sound, leaning into bold synths and a dance pop edge that set it apart from her earlier work. Booking agents secured her spots at major summer festivals across Europe, including Siget in Budapest and Lollapalooza, Stockholm, putting her in front of new crowds and longtime fans alike. The stage show transformed as well, with tighter choreography, immersive lighting, and a visual identity that matched the song's message of independence. Media appearances ramped up, with Zara featured in international magazines and primetime interviews. Streaming numbers, which had hovered in the low millions during the plateau years, surged as playlists and radio stations embraced the new single. Social channels buzzed with fan edits and reaction videos, feeding a cycle of renewed attention. The momentum was unmistakable, a carefully orchestrated return that pushed Zara back to the center of the pop conversation. A single concert in the Netherlands changes everything. Zara Larsson scans the crowd and pulls a fan named Julia onto the stage. They dance together, laughing, as cameras flash and phones rise in the air. Within hours, the moment goes viral across TikTok, racking up more than 5 million views in just 3 days. The hashtag spreads like wildfire. Hashtag Zara and Julia fills feeds with fans mimicking the dance, each hoping to be noticed. At every tour stop that follows, the ritual repeats: a new fan, the same dance, and a fresh wave of uploads. Streaming numbers for Zara's song spike, and ticket sales jump as fans rush to be part of the experience. The industry watches as a single unscripted moment turns into a powerful marketing engine, fueled by the speed and reach of social media. For Zara and her fans, what started as a spontaneous invitation becomes the heartbeat of her tour, and the clearest proof yet that in today's pop world, a viral trend can be worth more than any press campaign. Every major pop career passes through the same 4-stage cycle. The cycle begins with discovery. Discovery begins with talent scouts, contests, or viral moments that bring new faces into the spotlight. Development follows as management teams and producers refine the sound, select songs, and build an image designed to appeal to specific markets. Branding takes over next, with stylists, photographers, and social media strategists crafting a public persona that can be packaged and sold. Promotion is the final stage, and it relies on coordinated campaigns, radio deals, playlist placements, and increasingly viral challenges to drive streams and chart success. Throughout, validation comes from metrics, chart positions, streaming numbers, and awards. Behind every hit, songwriting collectives and producers assemble tracks engineered for mass appeal, while industry awards serve as both recognition and a marketing tool. This blueprint is not unique to any one artist. It is the system that shapes nearly every pop star in the business. Zara Larsson's public voice has never been limited to her music. As her profile grew, she used her platform to speak out for gender equality, calling out double standards in the industry and supporting campaigns for women's rights. In interviews and on social media, she has challenged industry norms, from pay gaps at festivals to the lack of women in production rooms, making headlines far beyond the pop charts. Behind the scenes, she has insisted on creative input, pushing for veto power over song choices and visual concepts in her contracts. When label executives proposed singles that did not match her vision, Zara fought for tracks that felt true to her. These choices did not always come easily, but they shifted the balance of power, allowing her to shape her own narrative. For Zara, advocacy and autonomy go hand in hand. Her career is proof that even within a tightly managed system, an artist's voice can drive real change. Today, chart success is engineered as much as it's earned. With labels tracking every viral spike and fan interaction, artists navigate a system that rewards the illusion of spontaneity. The real question is, who controls the spotlight, and how long before authenticity rewrites the rules? Share your thoughts below.